What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is just going to be a bit of a deep dive into what I packed for my first ever Ironman 70.3. So it's going to be just basically all the gear that I bought slash already owned, all the stuff that I used. We're going to go through like the swim, obviously, the bike, the run, all the gear used for that, as well as my nutrition. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, so for swimming gear, my first race was at Port Macquarie. It was the Port Macquarie Ironman 70.3. So the water temperature was supposedly pretty cool. Well, it was supposed to be, but unfortunately the swim got cancelled the morning of the race, which was just, yeah, it was pretty sad to hear. Like, you don't want to hear that race morning, but anyways, this is the gear that I got. So you've obviously got in your race pack when you sign up for the Ironman and you arrive and check in and stuff, you get our Ironman swim cap. So this was the green group, which I think it was the second group. So it was the 33 to 37 minutes, I think, because that was like my predicted time. So got that, but never got to wear it. So yeah. And then next we have goggles. I got these, what are these called? They're just some Orca goggles with like the cool lens. I did some research and a lot of like triathletes were saying these are pretty good because they got like really thick cupping so they don't like slip off. So like in like a lot of like races and stuff, there's like a few instances where like you'll get like a kick to the head or like someone will accidentally like grab your foot or something. So these are good. Yeah, I've used them throughout all my training. They were really good. So yeah. And then next we have the wetsuit. So this like wetsuits are freaking expensive. Like some wetsuits go for like $1,000, $1.5 grand, and it's like, I'm not doing that. So I bought this, it's a Valair one, Valair V2 something. It was about 250 Australian dollars, so like pretty decent when it comes to like wetsuit price. And yeah, it's a full long sleeve one, so long sleeve arms, long sleeve pants. It's really hard to get on, so like if you're doing like an Ironman or whatever, I highly suggest you try on all your stuff before, even do like open water swims with your whatever, with all your gear on, because this, I raced in the, what was it, Nepean triathlon, and like the morning, like getting it on, like it was just like so difficult, and I was just like worried because I was just like stressing that it wasn't gonna fit, but it ended up fitting. You just have to like do a bit of stretches and that with it on. But yeah, that's the swimming portion of the Ironman 70.3. So yeah, let's get onto the bike. All right, so for the bike, I had all my nutrition set up. So I had all my gels. I went with Morton gels. I'm just using this as an example. But I went with the Morton gels. So I went with the black ones, I think. They were, the non-caffeinated ones. And then I had 2 caffeinated ones, which I was going to use for the bike and the run, which I did. So I tried to have about every like 30 minutes of the bike, I'd try to have a gel, just to try to keep my like carbs up and keep my energy up. And then I'd also have 2 bottles with 4 scoops of Cis Energy, which is just a carb mix. So I use that basically for fueling on the bike, because I don't know if you've heard, but like a lot of people talk about how important and crucial it is to fuel on the bike, because it's like you're setting yourself up for the run, which is the last leg, and you don't want to like come off the bike and feel absolutely dead and underfueled. So I think it's very important to get fueled on the bike, especially when like you're doing 90 kilometers, like you can't just not fuel at all. But yeah, I mean, that's what I had gel wise and fuel wise. So Next, I just had a normal helmet, not like an aero helmet or anything. I just went with my trusty old helmet. Aero helmets are good. They can save you like, I don't know, like 5 or depends what aero helmet you get, but like you can save like up to 8 watts or something with the aero helmet. So this is my first one, so I was like, I'm not gonna get all the gear until I actually do it and see if I like it. So next I had these, what are they called? Swiftwick socks. So these are like proper like triathlon / cycling socks. Because I started the race on the bike, I already had these on. So like, usually what people do is they come from the swim and they won't wear socks because their feet are wet and they're trying to save as much time as possible. So they'll just go barefoot in the bike cleats. I did practice barefoot in the bike cleats, but I was just like, I may as well put the socks on because it's not going to waste me any time because the race hasn't started until I start the bike. So that was my thought process. So I wore those. Those were pretty comfortable. And then I just have a pair of cleats, Physic cleats. So yeah, pretty easy. All right, and now onto the bike setup. I just use my road bike, which is I think it's a 2018 Cervelo R5 frame with obviously rim brakes. I mean, it's all right. It's a decent road bike. I also attach these triathlon bars, TT bars, whatever you want to call it. I just got them from Amazon. They're like $120. So this is what, like, if you're getting into your first like triathlon or whatever, and you want to like make the best possible upgrade, these TT bars are like the best thing you can do because it's going to save you like a crap ton of watts. So I'd highly recommend that. But yeah, I mean, got 2 bottle cages, nothing really aerodynamic optimized, I guess. But like, if it's your first one, like, you don't need all the stuff. So I guess, yeah, so that's the bike setup. Yeah. All right, so finally onto the last leg of the Ironman 70.3, which is the run. Obviously I had these socks on already, so I just came off the bike, racked it, where I was racked, where my number was or whatever, and then chucked my cleats off, and then I put on these Nikes. So these are Nike Vaporfly 3s or Vaporfly 4s. Vaporfly 3s. So these are the Nike Vaporfly 3s. They got a carbon plate, as you can see. So these are like the proper like race day shoes. I've had these for like nearly 2 years, I think. So I got them like ages ago before I even got into the sport. So I was like, oh, well, I've just got like a pair of like one of the best race day shoes sitting around. So of course I got to use them, but they're very beat, as you can see. So, but they were in a lot better condition, and the carbon plate still works. So yeah, these are what I use to run in. Really light shoe, very responsive. Yeah, can't complain. And then next we have a hat. So I decided to go with a visor. I just felt like a visor is more comfortable for me. Like, I've always been training in it, like during all my training sessions. Didn't really wear like hats much in my training, and I just thought like that having your like top of your head open is like, just like for like airflow and stuff is like better. And then at least at like the aid stations I can pour like cold water on my head. So yeah, that's why I chose a visor. But I've also heard a lot of people talking about an enclosed hat being a lot better, because when you like pour like the water in, this just like drips off like your hair or whatever. But like if you have an actual enclosed hat, you can pour the water into your actual hat and then put it on your head. So that way it keeps like your head cool, like instead of just all dripping off. But I mean, nothing really to complain about the visor. Like, it still was good and worked for me. So it just depends on you. But then I had Oakley sunglasses. So I think these are the Oakley Oakley Sutro glasses. These were worn on the bike as well, obviously. But just a nice red frame. Pretty good, the visibility on these. So it was a really weird weekend because it was really rainy the day before. So I was just like, ooh, like what glasses should I choose? Because I have a few pairs of Oakleys, and I'm like, what's probably got the best visibility in case it rains? So I picked these, and these were fine. Like there was no like moments where like couldn't really see the road on my ride or the run or where I was going. So yeah, these were pretty good. So that's the glasses. We'll get into the tri-suit now because this is basically this is your main equipment that you need. Like this is what you get. So I got a 2XU one, just the normal mid-sleeve one and shorts. It also comes with like gel holders in the back. I think you can see that. So there, gel holders, and then you've also got like these on the side, like little holders, so you can put like more gels in there. That's actually a wrapper from my gel in the race. That's crazy. But anyways, yeah, this is 2XU tri-suit. Really good tri-suit. It's very flexible. It's supposed to be really tight on you, so it's supposed to be like near like a skin suit where it's like it just like forms to your body. So this one was the perfect size for me. I got a large, and I'm 188 centimeters, 84 kilos. So yeah, I mean, can't complain. Probably one of the most budget-friendly tri-suits. I think it set me back $180, so pretty decent considering like all the ones on the market, especially from brands like Roka and stuff. Like they're like $500 tri-suits, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna spend $500 on a tri-suit for my first one. So spent $180 on this, and yeah, can't complain. It's got a half zip, so you can zip it down to there, which is good because a lot of people don't know there's a rule in like half Ironmans and Ironmans that you can't zip you can't zip your top all the way down and like out, because apparently it's like you get a time penalty or something. So that's like good to have. So it's like I'm not gonna accidentally pull it off and then be like, oh, I broke the rules, like I'm gonna get a time penalty. So that was good. And then what else do I have? Obviously I've got my bib. So this was the bib that you get. You have to get like pins when you pick up your stuff. So you just get pins and then attach it through these four, obviously. And then I chose to bring like a running belt. Usually people just have a race belt where it's just like this material all around. But I just said to do a running belt because I didn't have a race belt, and I was like, at least I can put like gels in here at least and have it as my race belt. So that's what I did. It was pretty easy. You just pin it to there, just around, and then yeah, you just chuck it on. What I found out was you don't have to put that on in the bike leg for your Ironman, half Ironman or whatever. So you just put it on the run, because on your bike you already have all the stickers and stuff. So that's like one key tip, which is good, because if I was wearing this on the bike, I'm sure like I would have lost like a bit of time, just because it's like less aerodynamics, like flapping in the wind and all that. So that's a good key point. And then, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. That's all the gear. All this gear is pretty like, I tried to go like budget friendly with all my gear. Some of the stuff I already had, which was like, I was lucky for, but like the wetsuit, tri-suit, like that's gonna like set you back already like a few $100. So it just depends like, yeah, it just depends like what sort of gear you want. Like if it's your first one, obviously don't go spending hundreds or thousands on like gear, because I just don't think it's worth it, because it's like you're not saving yourself much time wearing the gear than just wearing like cheap stuff. Like there's not much of a difference. But if you want to get a different wetsuit, I know some people get like the cut off arms for the wetsuits because it's better for range of motion and stuff. So I don't know, maybe on my next one I might do that, because in my first triathlon I did find it hard to try do like like, you know, when you're like doing like your freestyle, like it's hard to like get your arms like over and like get into that proper routine of how you usually swim, because you've been training just swimming shorts. So yeah, but yeah, I guess that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and then also let me know down below which other videos you'd like to see. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.